the PBA Tour is a doubles game. Named for Hall of Fame bowling couple Don and Paula Carter, this just the 10th mixed doubles event in PBA history. Don is an 11-time Bowler of the Year, and Paula, known as the Blonde Bombshell, won the Women's U.S. Open twice. Today, we also have legends and Hall of Famers. Recent Hall of Fame inductee Norm Duke and Women's U.S. Open champion Liz Johnson team up to lead the way in the Don and Paula Carter Mixed Doubles Championship on ESPN. ESPN and the PBA welcome you to the Mecca of American bowling, the National Bowling Stadium here in Reno, Nevada, for the Don and Paula Carter Mixed Doubles Championship. Happy Super Bowl Sunday to you. I'm Rob Stone. This is just the first PBA Mixed Doubles tournament in 11 years and a unique format for our 5 teams to qualify for today's telecast. Top 16 male and female qualifiers were paired together, then round-robin play whittled 16 to 5. The easiest way to describe today's format would be alternate frame bowling. Randy Peterson joins us now as we continue to celebrate the PBA's 50th anniversary. Let's just say it was not a long brainstorming session to come up with the title for today's championship.
I got an idea, Rob.
Tell me.
Let's have a mixed doubles tournament, and let's name it after the first Hall of Fame bowling family, the Carters. Don Carter's the top 50 greatest of all time. Paula Carter, back in the 70s and 80s, the most marketable female bowler. Son Jimmy's a proprietor in Central Florida. You know, I've known the Carters for a long time. I used to live in South Florida, and when I think of the Carters, I think of class.
A lot of class, a lot of unique storylines to today's broadcast. A couple that have never been on television before, but our top 2 seeds, well, let's just say these teams roll a lot under the lights.
Sean Rash, great TV record, his last win, the USBC Masters. Carolyn Dorin-Ballard, no stranger to winning, her last victory just a couple of weeks ago in Buffalo.
Here's your number 1 seeded team, Norm Duke and Liz Johnson.
Who can forget Norm Duke needing to make the bucket to win his first U.S. Open? And speaking of U.S. Opens, how about Liz Johnson capturing the 2007 Women's U.S. Open right here in Reno?
We'll take a look at our stepladder graphic, and we're beginning with the 5 versus 4 matchup. 5-seed Brad Angelo and Shannon Pluhowsky taking on team underdog Tom Hess, Laura Hardeman, both of them making their television debuts on this show. And there is Laura Hardeman, who will get us underway from Chula Vista, California, just outside of San Diego. 2,300 games in her career she has bowled. A graduate of San Diego State. Too bad. Hey, opening strike, and you know there was some nerves from her when we were talking to her. That's going to help calm her down. And there's her partner Tom Hess.
How about that for the first shot ever on television break?
A little high. You'll take all 10 in the pit.
I love this game, Rob. Watch Shannon Pluhowsky. Check out this form. Smooth. She make that look easy or what?
Man, there's her teammate, Brad Angelo. Will pop up now and take things over here in the second frame as Pluhowsky takes a seat. Angelo from Lockport, New York. 7th year on the tour, 1 title. That title came this season in Omaha. Nothing but strikes so far.
Team looks pretty calm and relaxed. Both have television experience.
Good thing I threw that ball in
Unlike team underdog.
Unlike this team, Tom Hess's first shot ever on television.
Hess from Urbandale, Iowa, a western suburb of Des Moines. What nerves?
With Tom Hess, he throws sod during the offseason. Guy looks like he could bite a bullet in half.
And go back for seconds. His teammate, Hardeman. Straight approach, and she did not get the break this time.
And she's a little afraid to get that ball going a bit to the right for fear it's not going to recover. So a little too straight, not enough hold in the middle part of the lane to keep that ball into the pocket.
A program analyst, writes software applications. That's her full-time job in Chula Vista. Cleans it up. More coverage of our mixed doubles championship when we return to Reno.
The Lumber Liquidators PBA Tour on ESPN is brought to you by H&R Block. Go to PBA.com and sign up to win tax services for 5 years and $5,000. H&R Block. You've got people. By Lumber Liquidators. Hardwood flooring for less. By Go RVing. Visit GoRVing.com for a free video. What will you discover? Go RVing. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save 15% on your car insurance. Visit Geico.com.
This is a photo of our first Lumber Liquidator store. We didn't have a fancy show.
He said this was whatever was going to happen, it was going to be his best PBA finish. And since this is my first tournament, it's going to be my best finish.
She seemed to be the magic that kept us going. The more she smiled, the more we struck. That's all I kept telling her. Just keep smiling. When she was smiling, we were striking.
Welcome back to Reno and the 10th ever PBA mixed doubles championship. There's a Patrick Allen, who won in this venue a couple weeks ago over Walter Ray Williams Jr. Exciting conclusion there as we take a look at our Lumber Liquidators Know the Wood, the chameleon oil pattern today.
Well, 38 feet. The players are trying to play around the track area because the bowling stadium here has a very predominant track area. Once that starts to break down, they're just going to migrate towards the center of the lane. The higher rep players, they're going to start further in to begin with. The straighter players, well, look for them to go down and in around second arrow on both sides.
Every PBA mixed doubles event in history has been rolled in the state of Nevada. I don't know what that means, but...
We used to have a doubles tournament at the old Showboat in Las Vegas. My doubles partner, Tom Kreitz, and I, we made a couple of shows, and I'll tell you what,
Vegas has had 3.
I had so much fun bowling doubles tournaments.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, baby.
Think Tom liked it?
Come on, have fun. Let's go.
That was kind of his motto all week. Smiling, smile, have fun, have fun.
Earlier, Tom said to me before we went on the air, he said, Randy, do you think America can handle me? I said, Tom, America needs you.
America can handle Tom Arnold. I think we can deal with Tom Hess very easily. There we go, Laura.
Yeah, and interviewing them, did she not just come across as being the nicest person you've ever met?
Absolutely. So sweet. Take a look at the list of all the past mixed doubles winners. Again, every event has been a PBA mixed doubles competition, has been rolled here in the state of Nevada. Up now, again, the lone lefty, Shannon Pluhowsky, and her partner, Brad Angelo, started off with strikes in the first 5 frames.
Uh-oh, don't hook.
Pluhowsky has been nothing but strikes. It's Angelo who had the 1 spare.
Shannon's bowling role model, Parker Bone III. And you can see a little bit of Parker Bone right here. That great balance, and then this, the end result. They both throw a lot of strikes.
Come on, Brad.
Drops them all, and mentally speaking for Angelo, he said this is probably the best season I've had on tour. Clear-minded. He only made 1 show last season, and he's had 3 in the first 9 events this year already. Best start to a season for him, period. Tom Hess may not have had a great start, but he's having a nice little stretch of weeks here, and we'll have to see what he can manufacture that into.
Be right. Be right.
Got a good break there with the 10 going down.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, they were kind of in the must-strike situation, being down 37 pins now. For them to get back in this match and win is going to be a pretty tall order. They're in the 2 teens. Unfortunately, Angelo and Pluhowsky are in the 240s.
Oh, Tommy.
Oh, Tom.
Just a lack of concentration there, Rob.
Well, this has been a good venue for him as well. You know, in the last month, he won a regional title here in the building, the 08 Tri-Region Wayne Webb Open, and finished 12th in the National Bowling Stadium Championship and made this telecast. He's going to need his teammate, Laura Hardeman, to really pick him up here. Gets him.
There you go, Laura. Now, what do you say to your partner when you sit down after they flag a single pin spare?
Say, get the lead out, Tom.
I could tell you what I'd
Quit
say.
dragging my team down.
I could tell you what I'd say to you if you were my partner, just not on the air.
Uh-oh.
I'll take that uh-oh. Oh, that uh-oh was, what about another gravitational pull shy of a strike?
Well, yeah, and that had a chance of getting tripped out of there. And really the only marginal shot for Shannon, and the only time she has not struck in this alternate frame match. Solid.
All right, good shot.
Comes Angelo. We're used to this. He spends a lot of time working the thumb area.
He's going to another ball. He had to take his thumb grip out of one and put it in another, because if he didn't do that, his thumb hole would be about 3 inches around. That needs to curve.
Avoids the 10.
So the match well in hand. Brad says, you know what, let me get another bowling ball out. Let's experiment a bit. And
picks up that spare. And pretty good year so far for Angelo. This is his 3rd televised appearance. Won in Omaha and finished 3rd in Vernon Hills. Both of those coming in November of last year. He gets about as big of that pop out of the thumb hole as maybe anybody on the tour. Audibly.
yeah, and, you know, the other thing that when you watch Brad's game is he's really good at waiting for the ball and not getting into a hurry, just letting that ball flip from the top of the swing.
Well, this one a done deal.
Oh, that's good. Come on. Thank you, everybody.
Not the best of performance from Tom Hess today, but you get the feeling we may be seeing a little bit more of him in the coming year or maybe years?
Well, you know, he's got a nice game. I really like the fact that he keeps his hand up the back of it and rolls it really, really strong. And, you know, it just depends on how quick a study he is in the next, 10 weeks or so of being out here.
You know, one good week does not make a season.
That is correct, or a career. I mean, you know, you've got to take what you learn out here on a weekly basis and apply it, and you just got to constantly work to get better.
Got that one.
247-209, your final. And the 5 seed, Angelo Pluhowsky, move on. And they will take on the 3-seeded team of Steve Harman and Jen Petrick. Match number 2, when our coverage returns to Reno.
It didn't really lend itself to share too much information on the lanes, but as far as supporting each other and that sort of stuff. It was like we had been bowling together for years.
I listen. I don't, give much feedback, but I listen, and when they want to bounce something off somebody, give them my opinion, and that's about it.
And we welcome you back to ESPN's continuing coverage of the Don and Paula Carter Mixed Doubles Classic. This is the 42nd doubles event held on the Lumber Liquidators PBA Tour, and the first since last season's PBA Exempt Doubles Classic, the co-ed version, if you will. Next Sunday, we are just south of Los Angeles in Fountain Valley for the Denny's Dick Weber Open, live coverage Sunday, 1 Eastern, here on ESPN. Mike Scroggins, your defending champion in that one. Take a look at our updated stepladder graphic and the 5-seeded team, Shannon Pluhowsky and Brad Angelo, courtesy of their 247-209 victory, have moved on to take on Team Jen Petrick and Steve Harman. And here is Jen Petrick to step up, and it has been a challenging warm-up session for Jen Petrick. We'll tell you about that in just a second.
Fearless.
I like it.
Especially after banking one off your ankle in practice. Jen just steps up and throws 10 in the pit. Boy, she whacked it really good, too. Maybe we can get a shot of it later.
Up now again, the lone lefty, Pluhowsky.
Carry.
She had 4 strikes in match 1 and starts this one off the same way she started off match 1, with a strike.
Yeah, she's throwing it good. She's got a good look to the pocket. And the pins are going down when she gets it into the right spot. Brad Angelo, well, he didn't have much trouble either.
No, both of them with 4 strikes in match number 1, and they opened up with a 5-bagger. A little light into the pocket there.
Yeah, I think he got it a little bit further right than what he wanted. And this ball kind of goes right through that track area. It doesn't pick up enough to get back.
This is the first televised doubles appearance for Angelo, his 16th overall televised appearance. And here's our first look at Steve Harman. Should he win today, he would become the 10th bowler to capture a doubles title for their first career PBA victory. Get it! Yeah! The man they call Hot Dog gets the 7 to drop late.
Well, you can see all the power of Steve Harman, how far left he was, and boy, he really fed that bowling ball to the right. Look at that. Well, I tell you what, when you hit your ankle and draw blood, that's some good work.
Push.
A heavy 9.
Well, she gets the ball really close to her ankle anyway, and when I was watching her in practice, she was having some approach issues. That slide foot crosses over just a little bit too much and gets in front of the swing. You're going to whack it with the bowling ball.
26-year-old from the home of the Football Hall of Fame. Canton, Ohio. Cleans that up.
And when you have 15 or 16 pounds falling from the top of the swing into your ankle, the bowling ball will most always win. She's tough.
I didn't hear any whimpering.
No.
I didn't hear any barks. I don't see any tears. I see nothing. What a great competitor. Pluhowsky from Phoenix.
Uh-oh.
Man.
My fault. Stay down.
Well, it's not the same start that Pluhowsky and Angelo had in match number 1. Again, they opened with 5 straight strikes. This is going to be a strike spare, hopeful spare, beginning for them.
All right, good shot. Hold me
And not a whole lot of teamwork this group can do, seeing that there's one lefty and one righty.
Well, the last shot that Brad threw on the left lane, he went light and left the 2-pin. This time he gets to the pocket, but it's a weak 10. So lanes are going through a little bit of transition. Brad is going to somehow try to figure out a way to get his ball to strike when it hits the pocket.
Again, the chameleon oil pattern here for this mixed doubles championship. So after starting with a strike, it has been 3 straight spares for Pluhowsky and Angelo, your 5-seeded team. More coverage of our mixed doubles championship when we return to Reno.
Ain't never seen a winner this bad.
No.
A couple times at the end of the year, but I think just to take it in and just bowl. It's just bowling.
I remember the whole experience went really fast, so I think tomorrow I really need to just slow things down and really take some deep breaths and really stay focused, not so scatterbrained.
We welcome you back to Reno in the National Bowling Stadium for the Don and Paula Carter Mixed Doubles Championship here on ESPN. Rob Stone, Randy Peterson, glad you're spending part of your Super Bowl Sunday with us. Take a look at the Denny's PBA Player of the Year points list, and starting to get a little congested. Wes Malott at one point was threatening to start to run away from things. Patrick Allen made a big jump. Bill O'Neill having a good season. He's in the fight. Now we focus in on Steve Harman as he steps up in the 6th, working on a strike that was rolled by his partner, Jen Petrick.
A lot of hand, a lot of hook, a lot of power in that game.
Now this is a big opportunity for Steve Harman. Gets the win, he gets an exemption.
He also gets into the Tournament of Champions.
And a nice paycheck. Petrick. Got it! Petrick and her bruised ankle doing just fine. Pluhowsky's been shouldering some of the burden here in match number 2.
Carrie.
What a gorgeous look at that one.
Come on, Brad, one time. Go.
And there she is, picking up her partner, Brad Angelo.
With a strike here for Brad Angelo, he can even this match up. And there you see the max scores. 268 for Petrick and Harman, 258 Pluhowsky and Angelo. Both teams working on 3 in a row.
You know what that means.
Uh-oh.
Come on, Brad. All right, run it down.
That shot there just a little too direct for Brad because of his side roll and amount of hook in the back part of the lane. Cuts through the nose, leaving the 310. And this would be a really bad time for an open frame for this team. Look out.
All right.
This one may not be in the cards for the 5-seeded team.
Never know.
I got to get through that spot.
Again, they had 8 strikes, including an opening 5 in match number 1, but are starting to stagger through this one. Here's Harman. He and Petrick have laced 3 together, looking for 4 in a row. Wow, is there a lot of angle.
Billy Whaley used to say, trust is a must or your game is a bust. Boy, does he trust this one.
You kidding me?
Look at this thing peel off of about the 6th board.
I mean, that is a late turn. Fun to watch, though.
Push, push, push.
Quiet roller, and yikes.
And that was the one shot that Jen needed to avoid, the big open frame, because any mark in the 9th frame and a mark in the 10th, and they wrapped the win up because they would have been in the 230s. Now they run the risk of losing this match here in the 10th frame. Pluhowsky and Angelo can still strike out to shoot 224.
So she gets as much count as she can there, but leaves 2.
All right, hold up.
Some consoling words from Steve Harman.
Well,
what are you going to do, right?
They can't be shut out regardless of what Pluhowsky and Angelo do. But they can sure get a lot of pressure put on them, starting with a strike right here from Shannon Pluhowsky.
Uh-oh.
That would have been her 4th of this match.
Just a little inside of target, leaving the 6-pin, and now their hopes of moving on are starting to get dim.
She won the 07 Women's Series Etonic Championship in Cheektowaga, just outside of Buffalo. That one curls in for a spare. Big Adam Sandler fan is Pluhowsky. Something I always admire in anyone. For all the latest in authentic PBA memorabilia, head over to PBA.com. Click on the auction tab, and there you can bid on items such as PBA game-used jerseys, bowling balls, and autographed items such as photos, scorecards, and pin sweeps. Remember, PBA.com, your place on the web for the guaranteed authentic PBA memorabilia. You got any signed stuff in there, Randy?
No, it already sold out.
Oh, good. Congratulations. Angelo, late hook on that one. Gets a break, though, with the 10 dropping, but they are just kind of stumbling through this conclusion.
Well, you know what? Brad lost his ball reaction. Shannon's bowled brilliantly all day, and Brad just lost this left lane.
Hits the spare, but nothing to write home about.
And that's the toughest thing about bowling doubles, is when you feel like you let your partner down.
I'm sure you know the feeling.
Oh, Rob Stone. Rob Stone, ladies and gentlemen. It's nice working with you, buddy.
All right, sorry.
So Pluhowsky and Angelo take a seat, and their day is done.
Yeah, Steve Harman needs 1 pin, and they move on to take on Brad Angelo and Carolyn Dorin-Ballard.
Rash.
I'm sorry.
The CDB getting set.
What did I say?
You said Brad Angelo.
Yeah, he's finished now.
Yeah, that's all right. He was on your mind.
Sean Rash. This Steve Harman is just making this right lane look silly. Looks like he's got anywhere from about the 5th arrow on the left to the 1st arrow on the right.
Watch this hook, folks.
Oh, boy.
Going at the gutter and whips in. Misses the head pin there, though.
Airmail. Holy cow.
What was it that Bob Euchre said? Just a bit
outside.
That's what happened there. Doesn't matter. This match is well in hand.
But I'm not convinced he was exactly experimenting right there.
No. He trust me, he was not trying to miss that far to the right to see if the ball would get back.
I'll take it. Whatever.
Well, the good news on him missing that is it mercifully puts a close to this one. 217, 199, good enough to move on. Petrick, Harman, your 3 seed. Sit and wait for the 2-seeded team of Sean Rash and Carolyn Dorin-Ballard. That's next when we come back to Reno.
This is a photo of our first lumber liquidator store. We didn't have a fancy showroom or an expensive location. Our goal was simply to provide great hardwood flooring.
By CLR. CLR. All kinds of dirty, one kind of clean. And by H&R Block. Go to PBA.com and sign up to win tax services for 5 years and $5,000. H&R Block. You've got people.
Probably a little action in Reno today on Super Bowl Sunday. Just a thought.
Just a tad.
Just a smidge here. Rob Stone, Randy Peterson, back here with you in Reno. Our continuing coverage on ESPN of the Don and Paula Carter Mixed Doubles Championship. And we are set for what is essentially our semifinal. Third-seeded team of Jen Petrick, Steve Harman, set to take on your 2 seeds of Sean Rash and Carolyn Dorin-Ballard. And here is Jen Petrick to start us off.
Play down, play down. Good shot.
Good shot, not a very good break. Bowling ball's hitting too hard, leaving that solid 7 like that. Switches to a plastic ball. Good advice for you folks at home. Plastic ball straight and hard at all single pin squares.
On behalf of everyone at home, thank you.
You know, if you would start doing that, you'd make more spares, Rob.
So that's my problem.
Well, that and
how long do we have on this telecast?
How much time do we have?
Here is CDB, Carolyn Dorin-Ballard. Her and Sean Rash in the all yellows.
First one.
Good start for Team Beauty and the Beast, as they were dubbed earlier this week.
Yeah.
No offense to Sean, but clearly that is the beauty.
Yeah, and Carolyn had to ask, I hope I'm the beauty part.
Now, why would she even have to ask?
I have no idea.
That's outrageous.
It is.
It's not a knock on our friend Sean Rash.
Well, you know, it's not like Sean's a bad-looking guy, but he does kind of throw a beast of a bowling ball, doesn't he?
Oh, there you go. Way to work it in. There's Patrick Allen watching over his left shoulder there. Oof. It blew up around the 10.
That was just shrapnel going around it. That's a tremendous amount of power hitting those pins. Just a massive cup in the downswing, the bent elbow, and then he just kind of unleashes that power right onto the lane. Look out. Sorry.
It's all right. Because you're sorry.
Now, these two are going to be fun to listen to today. They have very similar personalities. They speak what is on their mind right away. Now, let me tell you what. If she throws another one like that, CDB will not be saying, don't say sorry.
Yeah.
She'll be straightening him out quickly. It's kind of a, we're kind of like a little mother-son type
She'll have a
issue.
little talking with him and then make him go sit in the corner for about
a little timeout.
3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, those don't work well in our house. Steve Harman from Indianapolis in the second. Curls in and drops them all.
Beautiful shot by Steve Harman. 6-pin goes to the sidewall, cuts the 10 out. Watch it. Big high backswing. Great hand underneath the ball. 6 goes to the sidewall and does its job. Now Jen Petrick looking to double up.
Get up, get up, get up.
All right. Let's strap on the 710 feed bag. See what you got for us, Jen.
Strap on the 710 feed bag. Boy, she's gotten 2 really good breaks thus far this game. That one right there, and then the solid 7 in the first frame. She's got to be saying, wow, it's my lucky day. Maybe I ought to go drop a couple thousand on red. Good job. What do you think, Rob?
That's about the only gambling I think I can actually understand.
You have two options?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't need math involved in this. Just tell me, red or black. Great, thank you. Here's Carolyn Dorin-Ballard from North Richland Hills in Texas. CDB. One of our favorites on the tour.
Come on, hook up. Hit it.
It's kind of an ugly 9.
Right.
Yeah, and she had the bucket standing up for just a second, and after some dominoes, only the 2-pin, much easier to try to convert than a bucket.
a little bit. Now, she's looking to become the second member of her family to win a mixed doubles event in Reno, nonetheless. Her hubby, Dale Ballard Jr., teamed with Nikki Giannoulias to win the Cambridge Mixed Doubles Classic in '91. Are you kidding me?
Both.
Are you kidding me?
That's...
Oops.
Apparently, there's some type of paranormal activity happening on the lanes as we speak. Because for both of them to miss single pin spares, it's crazy.
Come on.
It's your Flomax team profile of Beauty and the Beast. Well, so they have both whiffed on single pin spares.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. If you would have bet on that, you'd have lost a lot of cash. Oh, well.
And they're not out of this.
Let's make it three opens in a row if Sean doesn't convert here.
My Lord.
And I guarantee you this is not the start that they envisioned. Right now, Sean Rash staring at a 2-4-10 split.
Oh, boy.
All right.
All right,
So
spare
that's-
shooting 101.
So there they are. Now you got Steve Harman sitting down,
A lot of frames.
saying, time to get up. And you know what?
A lot of
I'm getting a little bit closer to maybe my first tour title. This one is being handed early to Team Harman Petrick.
Gift wrapped.
Bode.
Oh, help.
Help, that's hot flush, brother.
I mean, every shot of his is a help, if you ask me. Scares me.
Look at that hand, the inside part of the bowling ball to create all that roll. Now looking for a double to extend the lead to 33.
It's been a tough start for Petrick here in this match.
Get up, get up, get up.
Smooth roll. Come on, Messenger! Yeah!
Not again.
How about that Messenger there? After leaving a pocket 7-10 on that lane, here comes a little revenge. Beautiful follow through, great knee bend, head pin. Yep, here it comes.
I love the Messenger. That may be one of my favorite things about bowling, in all honesty. Although I have quite an affinity for the ham bone. I don't know if you've noticed.
Hook.
Gosh, was
Boy,
that
it
soft.
struggles just getting it to the pocket. And again, when you're down by 33 early, it adds pressure. And then you know that you've got a partner that's relying on you, even more pressure.
This is clearly not what we expected from this team.
No, you really thought that this team was going to come out just guns a-blazing and really light
Energy,
this up. Yep.
attitude.
Yep.
All right, a moral victory, a single pin spare conversion. They had missed 2 in this match already. So they go strike, open frame, open frame, open frame, spare. I mean, that's my scoreboard. And I'm hot on that day. Move to the 6th.
And a 2-8-10.
Seriously, what happened to Sean Rash? Will the real Sean Rash please report
What the heck?
to lane 23 and 24?
Well, first ball he threw on that lane really reacted nicely, and he left a ring in 10, and the last 2 have labored.
All right.
And right now he's second-guessing his ball choice.
Come on! Hey, game attack there, Sean.
Come on.
That one not too far off target. He takes a seat, and we take a look at our H&R Block second look, and Jen Petrick using the Messenger to her advantage, Randy.
Well, she wanted to take advantage of that strike by Steve Harman and double up. Beautiful shot by Jen.
The conclusion when we return to Reno.
A great moment, but Frank wasn't in the picture. He was in the men's room, going again. Another moment, but Bob really needed to go. And when the guys snapped this one, Charlie was stuck in the men's room having trouble going. These male urinary symptoms could be due to BPH, also called an enlarged prostate. But for many guys, prescription Flomax reduces their urinary symptoms due to BPH in 1 week. Only your doctor can tell if you have BPH, not a more serious condition like prostate cancer. Avoid driving or hazardous tasks for 12 hours after your first dose or increase in dose, as a sudden drop in blood pressure may occur, rarely resulting in fainting. If considering cataract surgery, tell your eye surgeon you've taken Flomax. Common side effects are runny nose, dizziness, and decrease in semen. Get the picture? Take a moment to ask your doctor if Flomax is right for you. And call 877-4FLOMAX for a free 1-week trial. For many men, Flomax can make a difference in 1 week.
We've discovered that certain school chants, when played backwards, may reveal their team's offensive schemes. Listen. Sounds normal enough. Now, in reverse.
You guys are morons.
ESPN College Game Day, driven by State Farm. Saturdays at 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN.
I thought the world was flat. Isn't it? Come on, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Optimum Voice World Call has people convinced the world is flat.
It's flat. It's flat. It's all flat.
Get 250 minutes of flat rate calling anywhere in the world, including up to 30 minutes to Cuba. Just $19.95 more a month.
I like flat.
Flat is great. Flat means no surprises.
Flat 好啊，我喜欢 flat.
Flatten your world. Call 1-877-838-5675. Optimum Voice World Call.
Flat? Okay.
What if the best internet for your home or business was available in thousands of places? Optimum Wi-Fi, exclusively for Optimum Online customers. Enter the Get to Know Optimum Wi-Fi sweepstakes. Be one of the 20 lucky winners a week to win an iPod Touch. To enter and for rules, go to OptimumWiFi.com today.
You know, bowling with Carolyn has been pretty special. It's just like a couple summers ago, I got to bowl with Pete, and anytime you get to bowl with a Hall of Famer, it's unbelievable.
We've bowled together before. Back in early 2000, 2001, bowled a couple scratch tournaments together. So we kind of know each other's ins and outs, and it just worked out really well. We were able to be ourselves and performed when we needed to.
Welcome back to Reno, where Team Steve Harman and Jen Petrick have a 47-pin lead through 5.5 frames. Brandon, let's fire up the RV.
Let's go.
All right, on the road next week, Fountain Valley, California, just south of LA for the Denny's Dick Weber Open. Live coverage at 1 o'clock on ESPN. After that, we make our second trip of the season to Las Vegas for the USBC Masters. You are defending Masters champion Sean Rash. Live coverage of that one. February 15th at 1 Eastern.
Hey, can you fire me up alone? Last time we were in Vegas, I didn't do so well.
Not so strong?
No. This guy's doing pretty well.
Steve Harman from Indianapolis, Indiana. Closing in on the opportunity to roll for his first ever PBA title.
That needs help.
Does not get it.
Fast and wide right.
It's no way to go through life.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Especially when you have a 43-pin lead.
Hey, you don't want to change your approach and your style, but you also don't want to be leaving washouts.
Well, it's just a bad shot. It's an errant shot. He knows it. He's like, man, I can't believe I threw it that bad. Just a little bit overly excited and too much adrenaline.
Well, again, television experience, zero coming into today. So this is a good experience.
So you start thinking ahead, you get over-pumped, and you throw shots like that. Stay in the moment. Stay focused.
Let's see what his teammate Jen Petrick can roll, the native of Canton, Ohio.
Push.
Are you kidding me?
Back-to-back open frames coming for Petrick and Harman, and that lets Carolyn Dorin-Ballard and Sean Rash right back in this match. And right through the face, 4, 6, 7, 10. Big four only made once on television by Walter Ray Williams Jr.
And it won't be made here. Although that was actually a pretty good effort. You need a lot of power.
Yeah, and here at the bowling stadium, pins just don't come out of the back of the pit. I mean, because of the curtain and the design and the sideboards, the pins aren't very lively back there once they leave the deck.
So all of a sudden, Sean Rash and Carolyn Dorin-Ballard are down 17 pins. That's it.
Yeah.
17?
Yeah.
As miserably as they have bowled. 4 open frames, 1 strike, 1 spare.
Yeah, it was 43 just 2 shots ago. So
I mean, 71 is nothing to brag about. They're alive.
Let's get out.
The team's second strike, both of them courtesy of CDB, and there you go. Now the energy starts kicking in a little bit.
Good shot. Come on.
Well, when her team needed it most, she steps up and puts 10 back in the pit. Now, what is Sean Rash
Come on, right
going
here.
to
Set me up.
going to do here when he's opened his last 3 shots in a row? Well, there's $100.
He has been a horrible teammate this game. I mean, really. She might as well have me down there. At least I'm not going to do that.
He's got a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
A lot of demons going on right now.
Come on, Sean.
Come on.
There we go. There we go.
Well, looks like he made a ball change, and now we've got a 7-pin match.
Come on.
Yes! A 7-pin match, pitting one side with a veteran and somebody who has won on the highest level versus 2 really newbies, if you will, to television, Harman and Petrick. Let's see how they handle it.
That's
Steve
better.
Harman denied the 7.
Bad break. Good shot, bad break. The only thing he needs to be thinking about now is converting the single-pin spare, giving his team a chance.
So he's seen a couple single-pin spares get missed this match. Not by his team, but does that affect him at all? Shouldn't, I realize.
Shouldn't. I mean, if that thought even enters your mind, we need to start talking to a sports psychologist. Oh, my.
Squeezed into some skinny jeans there, didn't he?
Oh.
Sit down and let Miss Petrick take the lane.
It's not how, it's how many. Still in the lead by 7, but CDB and Rash working on a double.
Foundation frame may be a little big here, folks.
Get up, get up.
And no messenger there.
Pretty good shot. Just a little weak into the pocket. Leaving the flat 10. Watch this. 6 goes to the sidewall and just lays there. A spare here. Steve Harman gets up and strikes out. They shoot 177. Carolyn Dorin-Ballard, Sean Rash can strike out for 191. So it's up to Carolyn Dorin-Ballard right now to set up the 10th frame for Sean.
Team Rash, CDB working on the 2-bagger. They have rolled all of 3 strikes. They have more open frames than strikes this match, yet they are very much alive. Sean looks like he's moved over and is literally right behind his partner, CDB, on his heels.
Roll up.
Come on, roll up. Threw it bad. Threw it bad.
All right.
Well, threw it bad and then left herself a mess to try to convert. No hand in this one. Never gets up to the pocket. 2, 4, 7, 8. Not the easiest of spare conversions coming up for Carolyn Dorin-Ballard.
What's the approach?
Well, I think the approach is to try to hook it into that spare because of the back pin. Almost like you're shooting a bucket and then hope that the 4-pin takes out the 7.
Come on.
Yes!
Like that.
All right.
Sorry about that. Good shots right here. Show me how.
Good
Come on,
spare.
show
Great
me how.
spare. That is a massive spare conversion there. They needed a mark heading into the 10th. Now it's up to Sean Rash, who has thrown 1 strike this match, but that strike was in the 8th frame the last time he stepped up. Well, they've had their chances.
Yeah, Sean Rash could have got up and struck out to shoot 167, which would have forced Steve Harman to double in the 10th. Now Steve Harman needs any kind of mark, and they will bowl for the title against Norm Duke and Liz Johnson. And if you're Norm Duke and Liz Johnson watching this go on, I mean, you got to be licking your chops.
Yeah. Both teams staggering to the final. And that might be a kind word I'm using. Now, this is not pretty bowling right now. From some really good bowlers.
That'll be 500.
I mean, this has been going on all season for him.
Never mind, he beat the shot clock, so no fine for Sean Rash there.
Well, he might have rushed himself, though. Now, what are you going to do?
Well, Steve Harman needs a mark.
That's for the first one.
If he gets 9 and misses the spare, we have a tie.
I mean, we're talking. They're just trying to get past 155. Did we miss some frames? Should there be more scoring? It's like a bad soccer game all of a sudden. And I'm a soccer guy. Come on, Steve.
One time.
Finish strong. Yeah! There we go.
Steve Harman and Jen Petrick will bowl for the title.
Way to pick it up, Steve. Now, this is shaping up to be a nice story.
Boy, what a great shot under pressure when you need it. Bang.
Again, Harman trying to become the 77th bowler in Lumber Liquidators PBA Tour history to win a title in his TV debut.
I'll take it.
Yeah, 2-8-10 doesn't matter right now.
Well, he'll need to shore that up if he's going to want a chance to beat 2 of the greatest players in the sport, Norm Duke and Liz Johnson.
I mean, this is a loaded team that's coming in.
That ball's going sideways.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Not pretty, but effective. The 2 lowest scores we've seen all day, but a 166 is enough to move on to take on Norm Duke and Liz Johnson. Our championship match coverage kicks off when we return to Reno.
Hey, football fans.
Championship, and our thanks go out to Bob Thomas, the operations manager here at the National Bowling Stadium. Another great week of work from Bob and his crew. Always make things so smooth and easy for us as we take a look at the H&R Block West Coast Swing standings. Patrick Allen with the win at the National Bowling Stadium Championship in Reno in mid-January on top. What a great finish that was between he and Walter A. Williams Jr. Seems like just yesterday it happened. Take a look now at our Geico Championship recap. Randall?
Well, thank you, sir. Match number 1, Shannon Pluhowsky and Brad Angelo take on Tom Hess and Laura Hardeman. They take him down by the score of 247 to 209. Then in match number 2, Angelo and Pluhowsky, they run into Jen Petrick and Steve Harman. Steve Harman gets up needs the first hit in the 10th, gets it, they move on. Then in the last match, it was survival of the fittest. The favorites, Carolyn Dorin-Ballard and Sean Rash, can only muster 155. Harman one more time in the 10th to seal the deal for him and Jen Petrick.
It is going to take more than a 166. I am guaranteeing you to defeat the team of Liz Johnson and that man, Norm Duke. Stormin' Norman looking for tour title number 31. Championship match when we return.
When the moment is right, Cialis gives men with erectile dysfunction options.
So to you by Etonic, the official footwear of the PBA. By Denny's, where America's favorite breakfast is now available to go. Real breakfast 24/7. By Geico. 15 minutes could save 15% on your car insurance. Visit geico.com. And by Lumber Liquidators. Hardwood flooring for less.
And we are back in Reno. Rob Stone, Randy Peterson with you for the championship match, the Don and Paula Carter Mixed Doubles Championship. And we will be with you for the duration of this championship match. Take a look at the stepladder bracket, and it's one of those good news, bad news deals for Team Petrick and Harman. Their scores have gone from 217 to 166, but they're both wins. To see them in the championship match versus the 1 seed, led by that man, Norm Duke, and his partner, Liz Johnson. And Liz Johnson will start us off from Cheektowaga, New York, just outside of Buffalo.
Do you think it's going to be higher than 166?
Got away with it. Moved a half on that.
Got away with it.
A little heavy, but got away with it. So now Petrick, the righty from Canton, Ohio.
This team switching lanes, Jen switching bowling balls. Nice shot. The reason for that, Steve Harman wants to finish this match. Norm Duke and Liz Johnson had choice of starting lane, and when they chose to start first, that makes Steve Harman have to switch lanes with his partner in order for Steve Harman to finish the 10th frame.
I don't know how bad of a deal that's going to be because Harman was kind of all over the place on the right lane anyways.
Get up.
But he has to adjust to the left lane.
But remember, this was the lane that gave Sean Rash fits. I think Sean had 4 open frames, or maybe 3 open frames.
I think as a team they had 4.
Well, they had 3. They had 4 as a team, and Rash had 3 of them.
Right.
So, and it was all in this left lane.
Also had some single pin spare misses on this lane.
You can see.
I'm very happy I did not jinx Steve on that one.
Can you see how on that left lane, even with all of Steve Harman's power, the ball just labors trying to go left into the pocket.
They seemed a lot slower. And we were watching him on the right side. That was some harsh cuts they were making. Now here's Norm Duke, the youngest player to ever win a PBA Tour title. Did it at age 18 in Cleveland, all the way back in 1983. Just Norm stepping up and brought a little pop to this crowd.
And it's all about working together as a team and taking advantage of a strike thrown by your partner. It's exactly what Norm Duke does with this shot, with that shot right there. Now back to Liz Johnson. Last shot, she went high trip in the 4. Let's see what type of adjustment she makes.
Liz Johnson on being paired with Norm Duke. Quote, "I was happier than pie." I love that. Pie.
Come on.
Strong start.
Row, Raggy.
An opening 3-bagger for Team Duke Johnson. Petrick struck in the first. Here she is in the third, rolling on the chameleon oil pattern in this mixed doubles championship.
up, get up. Yeah.
And Jen looks good on that right lane. You know, now it's just a question of whether or not Steve Harman can find something on the left lane. The last hook guy on the left lane didn't fare well. Brad Angelo, pretty good to start, not so good when he finished.
9 bowlers have won their first PBA title in a doubles event. Steve Harman trying to make it 10.
Well, that was a great shot, too.
Really? Pick it up. Come on.
Leaving the ring in 10 when his partner got a nice break trip, and the 4 is not what you want to see, especially when Duke and Johnson start with the first 3. That's a great shot.
So a pair of 9 spares for Harman, a pair of strikes for his partner, Jen Petrick. Unfortunately, they are not back-to-back variety. So they go strike, spare. Now Norm Duke trying to open this matchup with a 4-bagger.
Oh, I got lucky. One time. Hit me there. That was blessed. All right.
Well, the great ones get a lot of great breaks, and this is a great break for Norm. And you can see me kind of fan that one just a bit. Barely gets the 10 out. And he's like, a gift. But I think this team came into this match with great strategy, Rob. And watching what transpired before they got on the lanes, they had a game plan coming in. And right now they're working it to perfection. You have lost your mind. That's crazy talk, man. Crazy talk.
It's been gone for a while, buddy. An opening 5-bagger for Team Duke Johnson. 40-pin lead. We're not even through 5 yet. And Jen Petrick has been nothing but strikes for her team.
Yeah, Jen she's looked great on this right lane.
Get up, get up, get up.
Come on!
All right, on 1 now.
And to her credit, she makes the correct ball choice by changing to the ball she's using now. And she's hit the pocket 3 shots in a row. The only problem is the team they're bowling against, they haven't missed yet.
Takes care of 10.
All right, good job.
It's down 41, and it's not like they bowled poorly. 2 strikes, 3 9 spares.
Well ahead of last game's pace.
Which would not be hard. They rolled a 166, which somehow topped a 155. But Sean Rash and Carolyn Dorin-Ballard.
This is a tough part about alternate frame doubles, is when your partner strikes and you don't, you're still shooting 200.
Maybe.
Another tough part is, once you think you may have some momentum, you're sitting down essentially doubly long as you do.
Yeah.
You got to strike. Great. Now I got to watch this, this, and this. Now it's my turn again.
Yeah, you're only bowling half a game. As you see Steve Harman here thinks that he throws a good one only to have that ball labor again. The speed has to be perfect on that left lane. But, you know, the difference in the match is if Liz Johnson throws all 3 strikes like she has and Norm Duke goes 9 spare, they're shooting 200.
Right.
Norm Duke got up and went strike, they're shooting 230. Alternate frame doubles, it's all about throwing strikes and throwing one right behind your partner.
Can we stop that there? Oh, help me.
Brooklyn, yeah, baby!
Can we stop this?
6 in a row. It wasn't pretty, but effective. And for Team Duke Johnson, this was an easy approach for them being paired together.
Our biggest strategy was to keep it simple, and I let her alone. She didn't need my help, nothing I could do.
Pretty much, I started the game and he finished. I let Norm do the 10th frame and just kept it going as we went along. And I think that simple game plan just kept us going all 16 games.
That's how you do it.
You get 7 in a row.
And one of the ways to keep it simple is Liz likes to throw the ball straight and hard. So does Norm. When you're crossing pairs from one end of the center to the other end of the center, and you're keeping the ball on line and your target in front of you, that's easier to do.
Down 62 pins. Jen Petrick. Get in there. Got some double wood.
Come on, run down.
Chop down there.
Yep.
This one is pretty much in the books. The storyline right now is, dare we jinx them? We're staring at a perfect game.
Oops.
From Norm Duke
I
and
didn't
Liz
say
Johnson.
I didn't say it.
Nothing but strikes through 7. Here's Petrick in the 7th, and her teammate Steve Harman will take over in the 8th, and then Duke Johnson continue their pursuit of perfection and get in the front end of the double wood.
All right, big on.
It's like a splinter in the eyeball.
These guys are already counting the cash. 50,000 to the winning team.
Harman's first Lumber Liquidators PBA Tour title is going to have to come on another day.
Right now, Harman's kind of feeling like he's getting punched in the stomach repeatedly.
Takes care of that, although I don't think he overly pleased by that.
He wasn't expecting much when he let that one go.
Yeah, what a pleasant surprise this pair. Thank you. All right, so let's stand back. Norm Duke up in the 8th. A perfect game going for he and his partner, Liz Johnson. Come on, Liz.
And watch this pose. As soon as he lets go of it, he doesn't flinch, doesn't move, nothing.
Now, let me ask you this. If Liz gets a strike here in the 9th, does Team Petrick Harman step aside and let Norm stand up and just fire off the 10th, or do we have to have protocol?
No, they've got to finish the match before Norm can get up and bowl the 10th frame.
It's all up to Norm Duke. Liz did her job.
Now we can pull you off.
And remember, Norm has bowled 300 on television before.
He's done.
Now, we were expecting a strong game from them. A 300 strong game, not so much.
Front 9.
Norm Duke did it January 5th, 2003 in Tacoma.
All right, run down.
Against Walter Ray Williams Jr.
Only 19 televised 300 games in history.
I've got a question for you. Do they get the bonus money?
Any finalist rolling a 300 game this week in the championship round, only during the singles. So not the mixed doubles.
Well, that's
a little rotten.
That stinks. I think it's harder to do it in a doubles competition. Alternate frame doubles?
I'm sure they'll take a 10G check from you if you want to pony it up.
You know, if they were bowling singles, Rob, they would win a $10,000 bonus.
Steve Harman will step up in the 10th. And hopefully he will roll quickly.
Really?
So Norm can step up.
Shocker.
And try and complete a perfect game.
Well, and you know, this was a team decision that they made so that Steve Harman could finish the 10th frame, and Steve never threw a strike on this left lane.
Rarely do you see down by 98.
Yeah, no, you don't see that a whole lot. There's just one thing left to do, and that's throw this ball, get out of the way, and let Norm Duke
try and roll 3 strikes for a 300 game. That was a good run for Jen Petrick and Steve Harman. Steve that close to getting his first PBA Tour title.
Awesome play, though.
So they conclude with a 180. But here is what everyone cares about. Norm Duke, the opportunity for a 300 game on television. I see you leaning forward, Randy. You're excited?
I am.
There's no way you shouldn't be. Norm. Oh, Norm. Go home, Norm.
Wow.
Why have you disappointed me?
All right, partner.
Oh, he did not like that from the second it left his hand.
Wide right and aggressive, and he knew it as soon as he let go of it. That ball had nothing on it.
Now, for some people, that's a choke job. For Norm, that's just a little glitch in his game at one time. Yeah, there you go. That's what he's all about.
I'm so sorry. Great job. I knew you should have finished this deal. I told her she was better than I was at the 10.
Yeah, right.
Great entertainment.
$274?
Not bad. Well, we told you we expected some higher scoring. We did not disappoint this time.
Love it.
An opening 9-bagger.
Just so you know, had I thrown my best shot, I'd have left the 6-10. Because the second one was pretty good. Yeah.
And another tour title for Norm Duke. And more hardware for Liz Johnson's trophy case.
I don't know about you.
2 of the best in the biz.
This is my first one.
What's your first double?
First doubles, any doubles.
Wow.
274, 180.
Thank you for
the
coming.
victory there. 94 pin swing.
That's so awesome.
5 for 5 today.
Well, next week will Norm be able to handle a little more hardware? We'll find out. The Denny's Dick Weber Open from Fountain Bowl in Fountain Valley, California, where Mike Scroggins is your defending champ. Live coverage 1 Eastern next Sunday here on ESPN. Norm Duke had a chance for perfection. He and Liz Johnson were perfect until the 10th frame. But more than good enough to win the Don and Paul Carter Mixed Doubles Championship. Randy Peterson and our entire crew, I'm Rob Stone. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
Once a year, the Giants